capitalized on the three in the first quarter. And Brendan, let's face it, coming into the game and during the regular season, Tyus Jones, good runner. And got to get into the paint, don't you?
Yeah, and that's a shot that's what's
trying to find rhythm to his game after missing almost the entire season. As there's the runner and the floater. Jordan Clarkson, Lakers, and he had the mid-range game. He's expanded it completely as Desmond Bane looks for help. Jaren Jackson, left hand, and a sweep one over Rudy Gobert.
Jaren Jackson, offensive rebound. They don't want to make it a habit of throwing him the ball much. They throw him a couple bones inside, let him shoot a couple of jump hooks, but that's not his thing. That's not his value to this team.
That's Desmond Bane's thing, though.
Ooh, yeah.
43% from beyond the arc of the 20.
String together just 3 to 4 defensive stops in a row and capitalize, you can get right back in any ball game. You're never out of it.
Jordan Clarkson up against the rookie. And it'll be Rudy Gobert, right place, right time of the air ball.
And that's how he scores his baskets.
Consecutive season in assist-to-turnover ratio. A guy so sound off the bench for them. Thought he'd stay in Minneapolis. He's from the Twin Cities. On the take, how about Donovan Mitchell back on the floor, making an impact once again. And they had 3 All-Stars, don't forget. Mike Conley finally got there. So they had Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, and Mike Conley, who went in his 14th season.
Yeah, but I say Mike Conley's been getting overlooked for the All-Star game for years. He had some really good years in Memphis where I thought he would get in because the team was doing so well, but it just never happened for him. Happy that he was able to make it this season. Couldn't have happened to a better person.
You're right. And now on the take, it's lost. They're going to let him have it. So Melton keeps it here. The 3 ball for Desmond Bane, real short. And Gobert clears it away. A dream beginning. He goes a little bit late. 63% shooting for Utah. Bogdanovich. He got the space inside.
You talk about Monty Williams possibly being coach of the year. I think he's very deserving. But Quinn Snyder's got to get some votes for coach of the year too. I mean, coming into the season, I don't think anybody had Utah projected to finish #1. I think we thought they would be a top 4 or 5 team, but #1, that was a little bit surprising. I think all of us thought it would be one of those teams in LA. Or maybe even Denver taking the jump.
Jonas Valanciunas, first in double figures from Memphis with 10 now. He's 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 overall. Difference in the game, though, the 3 ball. And it's taken away on the entry to Gobert. But right back at it, Mitchell saw that coming, didn't he? He's got a 4-on-2 any way they want to work it. It's Bogdanovich with Gobert. And good move. Foul him. Put him at the line.
Yeah, and when you're in the playoffs, you can't let a guy like Rudy go back up and get those dunks. You have to make him earn it. And he's not a bad free throw shooter, but you know he's not going to miss many dunks, so you want to make him earn it at the strike. But I just love the focus of Utah. Even when something bad happens, like they miss an open shot or get a turnover, they come right back and they find a way to generate a turnover themselves.
This is the Suns versus the Lakers. This is the NBA playoffs, and that's game.
Big one tomorrow night at Staples Center right here on TNT. And Brendan, a lot of people were surprised, not that the Lakers lost the game, but they had so many problems offensively.
I mean, without Anthony Davis, it's a lot on LeBron's shoulders. I know he said those shoulders are broad, but, man, those shoulders are also 36 years old. So if you're going to ask LeBron James at 36 to do everything offensively, it's going to be tough. So Dennis Schroeder's going to have to play better. AD helping would mean a lot for the Lakers, but with the groin injury, I'm just not sure if it's even realistic to think AD can play.
Dylan Brooks, easy block for Gobert. Up to about 3 blocks a game during the regular season, and the pass was meant for the big guy. A little more touch required, even for Gobert.
Yeah, but I love how Rudy right here comes up on Dylan Brooks, realizing he has help behind him, and that's called trusting your defense. Rudy knows, okay, I can come off of Valanciunas' body real quick because my teammates are going to cover for me, and then he makes the great block on Dylan Brooks' jumper.
Second in the league in blocks, second in the league on the boards. It's down now.
And you don't see a lot of guys blocking jump shots. You know, you see a lot of blocks as far as weak side blocks, but man, blocking jump shots, that's something different.
Royce O'Neal all tangled up. He's going to make sure Valanciunas didn't put a poster on him. 6.5 to play. And what a start. Utah remembers, let's face it, we talked to Quinn Snyder about it. Remembers its recent experience and the history of losing, even though it was in the bubble, to Denver after going up 3-1 last season in the first round.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're coming out with the type of focus that they're coming out with right now, because they understand what it is to have a 3-1 lead and lose it and what that felt like. So there's no need to be cute, no need to play around. Let's have a business-like approach and put it into Memphis fairly early. Now, there's a lot of time left in this game, but the approach has been phenomenal by the Jazz.
Contact for Donovan Mitchell. And a foul is good. No, he's out of bounds on the baseline. Yeah, Derek Favors out of bounds, trying to control it on the turnover.
Yeah, Valanciunas just got a little bit of a hand on the ball and made that bounce pass go a little bit awry.
So we're halfway through the second 12 minutes of play. Valanciunas up against Favors and tapped home.
Man, Valanciunas, he's just a load down there.
Yep.
Like, we saw him take a couple of threes early on, and that's not really his game, but he carves out so much space as far as with weak side duck ins and just being aggressive inside that he forces you to guard him.
And led the league in exactly what he did, but that's a breakdown defensively. Too easy for Bogdanovich. I was about to say Valanciunas led the league in second chance scoring this year. So not surprised to see him go back up and get it in.
Joe, did you see that pass though? Man, I loved it. That's the next step in Donovan Mitchell's game as far as becoming a superstar. Most true superstars have two things that they can do well. If they're not scoring, they can go to something different, whether that's defense, passing, and the fact that he was able to pass, that he's increased his assists this year has been extremely beneficial to Utah.
Man, was that mangled. I know he's not a gazelle, and it's going to be a timeout for Quinn Snyder, but an opportunity for Memphis gets away after the takeaway.